Hey, John, welcome to Catholic Answers Live.
Oh, thank you for taking my call. Mr. Staples, I've asked this question before. I just couldn't get a clear answer.
Okay.
In regards to Mary, the mother of Jesus.
Okay.
Throughout the New Testament, I think she was mentioned in the book of Acts 1, I believe, in verses 14, to where she was mentioned as praying with the other apostles.
Right.
But then when we go throughout the whole gospel of, Peter or Paul or the rest of it, Jude or so forth, and that none of these apostles, which I consider them to be, I think, the ultimate early fathers, she was never mentioned. I mean, how did she slip through their fingers? And I'm going to hang up and listen.
Okay, John. That's a great question. And first of all, she is mentioned. She's mentioned, for example, by St. Paul in Galatians 4:4. When the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of the woman. And it's interesting there, gunaikos, a genitive form of the word gune, woman. That becomes a very important word in the New Testament because Mary, as you may know, John, Mary was given a title by Jesus. In fact, in John 2:5 and in John 19, I think that would be verse 26, when he refers to his mother as woman. In fact, we don't have anywhere Jesus calling his mama, as we would say in Virginia, but he calls her woman. Why? That is not a put down, as some folks wrongly indicate. I was watching a television preacher a few years ago who actually said that I won't name him, but he actually said Jesus was putting his mother down because he knew Catholics were going to come along and start exalting her. Well, folks, we know that is not true because Jesus would not break the fourth commandment. That's one of God's top 10. So Jesus was not putting his mother down. What he was doing is honoring her with a title, a prophetic title from Genesis 3:15, when immediately after the fall of Adam and Eve, God went to the devil and said, I will put enmity between you and the woman, between thy seed and your seed. So in essence, what's happening in Genesis 3 is a prophecy after the fall of Adam and Eve that there is going to come a new Adam, as we see in Romans 12, as well as 1 Corinthians 15. Jesus is called the last Adam or the second Adam, and a new Eve or a new woman. Hence, Jesus in John 2:5, John 19 refers to her as the woman. She is the new Eve. St. Paul in Galatians 4:4 uses that same title. St. John 8 times in Revelation chapter 12 refers to Mary as this prophetic woman. In fact, parallels Revelation 12 to Genesis 3, even using the language of the serpent, the dragon, the devil, right from Genesis chapter 3. So, John, I disagree with you that Mary is not mentioned anywhere in the New Testament by the apostles and such. She certainly is. But most importantly, John, it's not how many times someone is mentioned that makes them important. In fact, 7 of the 12 apostles you don't hear anything from. There's no books written by them and such in the New Testament. And yet, in Revelation 21:14, they are the 12 foundations. They're depicted as the pillars of the church, the foundation of the church. Mm-hmm. Mary, to say that, she has a minor role in the New Testament, of course, that's another big problem we don't have time to get into right now. But just in a nutshell, without Mary, there's no Jesus. She says yes in Luke 1:37 and 38, or there is no Jesus. Mary is involved in an intercessory role in bringing about Jesus' first miracle in John 2 and bringing the disciples to faith in John 2:11. She's there at the foot of the cross where Jesus refers to her as our mother, or certainly the mother of John, and by allusion we say our mother as well, and you get a picture of that in the book of Revelation chapter 12. I always say, Patrick, that John knew full well what Jesus was saying there on the cross. He was there at the foot of the cross. And it's interesting, in Revelation 12:17, he depicts the woman, Mary, who gives birth to the Messiah in verses 4, 5, and 6 as not only the mother of Jesus, but also the mother of all those who keep the commandments and have the testimony of Jesus Christ in Revelation 12:17. And that's just scratching the surface. Domine,